Well, they say babies are cute little bundles of joy, but they conveniently leave out the fact that those bundles explode into poop every few hours. Sometimes straight up the back, sometimes with the speed and force of a fire hose, sometimes both. So, yeah, let's talk about how to survive that.
It's the Dadiator. It's the Dadiator. Dadiator. With the Dadiators.
Welcome to the Dadiator channel, where we flatten the steep learning curve of parenthood by making parenting knowledge clear, organized, and actually useful for new moms and dads like you who don't have the time to scour the entire internet. This is part 2 of our nesting series, where we walk you through the items we found most helpful to have at home for the baby's loo business. If you missed part 1 on feeding essentials, make sure you check that one after this. But today's episode, it's all about the poop and pee. The stuff no one tells you will become your entire personality for the first few weeks. Here are 8 items we use daily with our son to keep the diaper chaos under control. Number 1, a changing mat or station. You can go super minimal, a basic foldable mat that you can put on any surface, or you can be a bit more premium where there's contoured foam pad that sits on top of a dresser and you can tie the baby down and things like that. These ones are typically easy to clean, and they're also super helpful to, ratchet them down once they start squirming or rolling over. There are also some really pricey options out there, but this one we use is affordable and it got the job done beautifully. Next thing you absolutely need is diapers. I gotta say, that's rich coming from a guy who barely used diapers growing up, but I grew up in a different country where that wasn't the norm. But in this day and age, I don't know how I would raise any baby without diapers. Now, when we do our future 101 series on the loo business, we'll talk more about diapers. But the main takeaway for now is do not buy 1,000 diapers before your baby is born. Different babies respond differently to the different brands. Sizes can be based on weights, but even then, it's trial and error. We had blowouts every time early on, no joke. We ended up putting a bigger diaper over a regular one just to stop that mess from getting on his clothes. So test a few, then buy in bulk, and hopefully they don't blow out and they don't cause rashes. Number 3 on this list is wipes. You go through them more than you think. We tried unscented wipes and several brands. Honestly, no major difference for us. But if your baby has sensitive skin, the brand might matter more. So similar idea, start small and then go to Costco. I know you've been waiting to go to Costco to buy newborn stuff. So, just wait a little bit longer until the baby's here. Next on this list is diaper rash lotion. At some point, you're gonna need this. We tried a spray-on lotion, hoping it'd be easier, but it's not really strong enough. Then we switched to a brand called Desitin, which worked way better. It's thick, it sticks to the skin, and it gives that real protection. So always good to have this ready before the first rash shows up, and more often than not, it will show up. If you have raised a baby without ever getting them a rash, then please let me know in the comments and, I'll send you a chocolate or something because that's genius. Next up is number 5 on this list is the Diaper Genie. Big fan of this, and you can get it in different brands, so we're brand agnostic, but it seals in the smell and traps the dirty diapers so your house doesn't start smelling like a truck stop bathroom. And trust me, that happens so quickly. That said, if you have a really good trash can that, you take out very often, then you can try that first and see if the smell is not creeping. But in our case, we found out that, we couldn't take the trash out every day with the baby. So Diaper Genie in the corner of our room was just a lot more convenient and just reduced the friction of us having to worry about a stinky diaper. Number 6 on my list here is wipe warmer. Now this one is really geography and baby dependent, right? Like people in Florida, don't worry about it. People in Alaska, get 2, you know what I mean? So, my boy hated cold wipes, so every diaper change turned into a wrestling match. But once we got the wipe warmer, it was really night and day. It heats gently, and most models have like a built-in light as well, so it's helpful for those night changes. Of course, if your baby isn't first faced by the cold wipes, you might not need it. But if you see that the baby is getting a little jumpy during those wipe times, maybe that cold is bugging them. So this might be your solution. Number 7 is waterproof pads. We got washable ones, but there are disposable versions as well. These come in super clutch during the blowout days. We kept them anywhere where the baby was hanging out, so from the changing station to the crib, bassinet, bed, couch, all over. They double as a great travel changing mat when you're out and about as well. Number 8 on this list is very similar to the wipes, like you might not need it if you're not in a cold climate, but we only realized we needed this through trial and error, where we saw that, Messiah was having a meltdown every time we were getting him naked to change the diaper. A small heater near the changing station kept his body warm, which in turn kept him calmer and less cranky during those changes. Now, he was on the smaller side, and smaller babies tend to get colder more easily, so you can use that to kind of be a factor in judging whether you should get one or not, along with, your climate and your home temperature. A word of caution on that though, use it safely, keep it away from flammable materials. Make sure you turn it off. Sometimes they do have auto shut off, but there could be other hazards as well, like the baby's feet touching the grill of the heater or something like that. So just use it with caution. And speaking of heaters, you already know that the nesting series has been heating up. That's a wrap for part 2 of this series. And if you found this video helpful, tap that like button so it reaches other parents who are preparing for their baby's arrival. And let me know in the comments if there are any Loo related items you swear by that we didn't include. Every tip helps someone, so help those new parents out. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because part 3 is coming next week, where we'll cover all the essentials you need to help your newborn get some sleep. Now, you obviously want to see that video, right? Until then, moms keep slaying, dads keep daddy-ating. Yep, that's gonna be one of my catchphrases. I'll see you on the next one.